Hey guys, welcome back to Salem, Cellar. So I finally got to watch Malum and I want to talk to you guys all about it. Now, did I love Malum as much as I loved The Last Shift? I'll be right back. So Malum was released March 31st, 2023. It's a reimaging of the horror cult classic from 2014, Last Shift. Now, I have never heard of Last Shift before seeing this trailer for Malum. I first saw Malum's trailer and I'm like, wow, this looks creepy. This looks amazing. I want to see this. Then I found out that it's a reimaging of another movie. So I remember always seeing the little picture on Tubi and I'm like, that looks creepy. I have to watch that one day. But I didn't know I was going to love it so much. So after I saw the trailer for Malum, I went back and I watched Last Shift and I fell in love instantly. It is extremely dark and creepy. Now, what it's about is a rookie police officer willingly takes the last shift at a newly decommissioned police station in an attempt to uncover the mysterious connection between her father's death and a vicious cult. It was written and directed by Anthony DeBlasi and Scott Poley. So, after watching Malum, there was a lot of differences. Pretty much the plot is exactly the same and there's a lot of similar scenes, but it starts completely different and it ends completely different. The beginning of Malum starts a year prior to the actual events we're going to see the rest of the movie, which you don't get in Last Shift, which is cool. You get kind of like a backstory of what happens. Then you're introduced to Officer Lauren, and she's about to start her first night at, which is actually the last shift for this decommissioned police station where her father works. Now, the opening scene, the beginning scene for Malum was intense. Now, I'm going to be saying spoilers throughout. It's going to be really impossible to compare both films without spoilers. So if you haven't seen Malum, just pause this, go watch it. It is currently streaming for rent. Yeah, not free yet, on Amazon Prime. But okay, I'm going to continue now. So the opening scene, it's insane. You're introduced to Officer Lauren's father, which you are not introduced to him at all in Last Shift. You just hear people talking about him. And he just busted the cult. And one of the girls did die. He wasn't able to save everybody. Now everybody's congratulating him because he's a hero. So in Last Shift, it's a little different. They tell you that her father was killed during the sting, like trying to save these girls from the cult. In this one, it's completely different. He survives. And while he's in the police station, you could tell he becomes in like some type of trance. A few minutes later, you see him with a shotgun and he blows two people's heads off. It was a pretty intense start. So that was already a huge difference from Last Shift. Did I like it? Did I enjoy it? Yes. It was very gory. It was shocking. And it gave a little bit more of a backstory to a story that I loved. It wasn't the same as the one we got originally, but it was a cool story. So then you're introduced to Officer Lauren and she's, starting her new career and she's in this police station and then weird stuff starts happening. Again, that was similar to the other movie. But a lot of the scenes were a little weird. Instead of having this dark, eerie feeling, it was just kind of confusing at times. It was kind of unclear. Instead of her father being a hero, people really hated him. They called him a killer. I did enjoy the story for Malum. There was cool practical effects, but I didn't really like that they made the father, a killer. I did enjoy that it goes into more of the cult. Cult stories with cults really intrigue me. And I want to find out more about it. But I really didn't like the route they went with the cults. It took a weird turn probably within the last 15 minutes of the film that you don't see in Last Shift. At the end of the Last Shift, now the entire time she's seeing different things. She's seeing ghosts. You don't know if she's hallucinating. You don't know if she's actually being haunted by people from the cult. It was a year before that the cult members hung themselves in that police station. So you're kind of like, is she losing her mind? What's going on? So you see her shooting people left and right. You find out at the end, she was just shooting people that were actually that were coming to pick up stuff that were scheduled to be there, and she was killing them, and she completely lost her mind. Now in this one, she shoots her mom by mistake, but besides that, you're kind of just assuming that she really is being haunted, and this evil cult member turned demon is now making her his queen. I don't know. It was just really weird and confusing towards the end. I thought I would really love Malum more than Last Shift because, again, it digs into the cults, but I didn't really like it. There was parts of it I did enjoy, but overall, Last Shift to me is well above Malum. I really wanted to love this movie and I didn't, unfortunately. Did I like it? Yes. It wasn't a bad film. It was pretty close to the one I loved, but the differences was just enough to make me not really enjoy it as much. I really just thought it would be the opposite. You find out some information about her mother, which was cool and interesting, but then it just gets weird and it's not explained fully. I just kind of wanted more of an explanation, just more of a movie, maybe like 15 minutes more, kind of like diving into like what's going on. It kind of ended and I'm just like, what? So out of a 10, I would give this a 6. Will I be watching Malum again? Maybe in the future, not anytime soon. Will I be watching Last Shift again? Most definitely. I will definitely be watching it probably within the next week. So yes, I didn't enjoy Malum as much as I enjoyed Last Shift, unfortunately. I really wanted to, but there's just, it just got strange and it just had a lot of holes, and I don't like how the story was turned overall. And a little fun fact, Natalie Victoria actually reprises her role as Marigold in this film. She's in Last Shift and she's also in Malum. They kind of change, she's still in the same profession, if you know what I mean, but they kind of changed the scene with her. In Last Shift, she's outside talking to Officer Lauren, and then in Malum, she's inside the police station. It's a weird, odd scene, but it's also a really cool scene, so it was nice to see her in both films. So to sum things up, overall, I liked Last Shift better. Malum had cool practical effects. I liked how it dived into the cults a little bit more than the original film, but overall, I just think it gets weird and confusing and just wish they would have just stuck with just the Last Shift. I just prefer that one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're looking to watch it, I'd probably wait for it to stream somewhere for free, but it's currently for rent on Prime. And Last Shift is free streaming on Tubi if you want to go check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be right back.